Hey everyone, it's Michelle Vina-Baltsas. I haven't been live in a really long time, and I'm home today, and I'm not feeling great, so I'm drinking my hot tea, and I'm in my bunny pajamas, just taking good care of myself. But I wanted to take some time to just talk about something. I'm looking at my hair here as we end the 2016 year, which was pretty awesome. But some of you may not be feeling that way. And I just was reflecting this morning when I was journaling about some of the reasons why, people feel that their years have not been the way they wanted them to be. And I wanted to share those thoughts with you. I'm going to be referring to my notes because most of this came from my rambling, my writing like a crazy person this morning in my journal. Um, but I wanted to say that wherever you are is okay. For those of you that have accomplished amazing things this year, actually, I know you all have, even though you may not have reflected on that yet. I invite you to do that. I invite you to take some time before New Year's, or even on New Year's Day, whenever you have time, but make the time to write down the accomplishments that you feel best about from 2016. And if you need to, go through your calendar and just look and say, oh, yeah, that happened. Oh, I forgot about that. I know when I did it, I was pleasantly surprised at all the things that I did accomplish, and some of them were quite massive. So I feel really good about that. Having said that, there were also a few things that I didn't necessarily, set out to achieve, but it would have been nice to do. So I also made a list of those things that I didn't necessarily accomplish that would have been nice to do that I'd like to carry over into 2017. But the most important thing is that no matter what you accomplished or didn't accomplish, it's all okay because the world is not coming to an end. And we need to accept that whatever wasn't done or was done, we did the best we could do. And that's where the forgiveness and the self-compassion and the love for ourselves comes in. But I also wanted to highlight some of the reasons why, sometimes we set out to achieve a goal and we're not able to. And there are multiple reasons for that. And that's what I wanted to touch on today in this video. First of all, one of the biggest things or reasons why people don't accomplish their goals is because they don't set any goals. And I know that sounds like a contradiction, but it's really true. Or some people set goals that are so massive that they become easily overwhelmed and are not able to achieve them. So what I recommend for 2017, I'm not a fan of resolutions per se, but I am a fan of setting intentions. And by intentions, I mean, how do you want to feel in 2017? Do you want to feel empowered? Do you want to feel stronger? Do you want to feel more confident? Whatever it is you want to feel, pick those words and go for it and do things that make you feel those words on a regular basis. If things that you're doing disempower you, make you not feel confident in yourself and your abilities, you have a couple of choices. You can do things that make you stronger and make you feel more confident, like educating yourself, getting assistance, getting coaching, getting support, whatever, joining a meetup group, whatever it is that's going to give you more support and more confidence, do that. But if your goal is to feel more confident and empowered, do things that make you feel that way. The other things that cause people not to be able to meet their goals is that sometimes we just make up excuses. We do. We all do it, and it's a way of protecting ourselves. It's our body's defense of saying, oh no, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the XYZ to accomplish that. And you know what? Sometimes we don't have everything that we need. And then again, that is when we need to go and get what we need. We are all capable women who are able to get the resources, find the people, find the books, find whatever it is that we need to achieve that. So we have to know that we can do it, and we need to stop making excuses for the reasons why we can't. The other thing is, stop trying to be perfect. There's no such thing. I'm sorry to tell you. And this is not something I learned this year, but I've been learning it, relearning it every freaking year. There is no such thing. But we need to recognize the places where we are trying to be perfect, because this stunts our growth, and this makes us feel less than, and as I always say, not enough. And that sucks. It really, really sucks. So let's stop trying to be perfect, because it's not possible. And again, it's taking away from our intention, which is in most cases to feel better, more confident, and to feel empowered. The other thing that we do often, many of us, and again, it's to protect ourselves because we're fearful, is we self-sabotage ourselves. We all do it. There is no secret. I can definitely help you and give you some tools that will help you to recognize when you are self-sabotaging yourself, but know that it's a very normal reaction to our body saying, I'm scared. What am I going to do? Okay, let me say that I don't have time, or let me say that I don't have XYZ, when in reality you have the ability to get what you need to achieve your goal. So don't think that you can't, or that you don't have it, because it's just a matter of going out there and getting it. The other thing that's so important is that we have competing priorities in our lives, and we need to face that. It is not easy for many of us who juggle a family, have jobs. Some people are going back to school to further their careers or to have a new career, do all this personal development work, go to the gym or exercise at home, be as zen-ish as possible, do yoga as often as we can, journal. My God, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. But you know what? Those are all competing priorities. And when we have so many competing priorities, unfortunately what happens is many times our health and wellness gets dumped to the bottom of the list, which is not ideal, because let's face it, guys, if we don't have our health and if we don't have our mental capacity, we're not happy, and we're not mindful, and we're not living to the best of our ability. So what I encourage you to do, again, try and do this before the new year starts, or as close to the beginning of the year as possible, is figure out what you really want, which is what I started this conversation with. Set your goals and set your intentions, and be really intentional about the things that you do, because competing priorities are always going to be an issue in our lives. Let's face it, we're adults. There are a lot of people that want from us, and we have to decide, are those things going to get us closer to our goal or further from our goal? And we have to always keep those things in mind. So that's why writing this stuff down now is of the utmost importance. I cannot say that enough. The other thing, and I've mentioned this before, is good old-fashioned fear. One of the worst four-letter words on the earth other than snow. Fear will kill you. And I really believe in my heart that most of the fear, especially women with eating issues have, is that we don't feel that we're enough. We are fearful that in the end, we're not going to be enough, and everybody's going to realize that. And you know what? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm telling you right now, it's bullshit, because we were enough from the moment we were born. We are divine sparks of the divine. And when we realize that, we will soar beyond anything we could have imagined. So don't forget it. Please, 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 you are enough. And I know it sounds like, oh yeah, you're enough, you're enough, you're enough. It sounds like such crap, but I tell you, in my heart, it is my goal is to help women understand that they are enough and to recognize their enoughness, because I know the profound impact that this has had in my life. And it's been life-changing to understand that I was born enough. I don't have to keep proving that. I don't have to keep doing things to prove that to myself or to anyone else. I already am. That's freaking awesome. And I want you to have that realization too, because your life turns around. It does. And it becomes, you're looking at life through a completely different lens. So again, that's another thing. The other thing that stops us from, excuse me, from meeting our goals is pride. Sometimes we're like, oh, I know all that already. I don't need help with that. I can figure it out on my own. You know what? That's bullshit. I know. I'm cursing a lot, but it's bullshit. It really is, because you know what? Nobody knows everything. Nobody. We all need help. We all need to read books. We all need to seek out for guidance, or I shouldn't say we all need to. We all do need to, but we all don't. So what I encourage you to do this year also is to get help while you need it, because it improves your life. And if you're afraid, you know what? Get over it. Get over it, because you deserve better. You deserve not to be in the place that you're in if you're not happy, to move forward. And while we're all where we are supposed to be, it doesn't mean we have to stay there. It doesn't. It just means that we're there, we accept it, we forgive ourselves for it, but we want to improve, we want to grow. Why not? It feels great. And when we do that, we help to elevate other people too, because they see us upping ourselves and they're like, wow, how inspiring. So-and-so is doing this and that. And it inspires me to want to do the same, to have more personal fulfillment. So those are some of the things. And the last one, which to me is, I don't know, I hate to say the most important, but so important, is to forgive ourselves. To forgive ourselves for all the things that we think we didn't do right, or that we didn't do perfectly, or that we didn't do at all. Okay, because of all the reasons that I've mentioned, competing priorities, fear, lack of support, all of those things, it's really okay. It's okay. But one way to avoid that happening again next year is to set your intentions, set them and be really clear about it, and beware of all of these competing priorities, because like I said before, there will always be competing priorities. But when we put our health and our wellness first, everything falls into place. And not only that, but we can enjoy our lives more. We can have more personal fulfillment. We can enjoy our families more. We can be more mindful, because we're not going to be checked out worrying about all this other crap in our lives. So that's my very passionate and very long message for today. I do need to have some tea now because I feel icky. But I'm sending you all so much love. I truly, truly am. And I appreciate you all being here in my group. There's been amazing growth that I've seen people talk about in the group, and I want more of that. I want more of that for myself. I want more of that for you. Because remember, when we raise our vibration in terms of how we feel, that has a ripple effect on the world. It really, literally does. So when we raise our game, we raise it. We give permission for everyone else to do the same. If not only by inspiration, by inspiring them, also because it's an energy thing. We get elevated, everybody gets elevated, so everybody wins. So let's make 2017 even more amazing than 2016 was. Write down the things that you did in 2016 that made you proud, and write down the areas where you want to improve, and some of the things that you didn't get to do, and contemplate some of the reasons why you didn't. And maybe some of them fit into the reasons that I thought about this morning. Again, lack of support, fear, pride, doubt, self-sabotage, perfection, not setting intentions, competing priorities, all of those things. Please think about them very carefully, because I think when you really contemplate this, you will see that 2016 really was a super fantastic year that may have had some downs, but whose didn't? You know, we learn and grow from all of those things, even though sometimes they really suck. I had some really sucky things happen in 2016, but you know what? every single one of them elevated me. And I'm so, so grateful for that. So, leaving you with much gratitude and much, much, much love. And that's all. And one of my goals in 2017 is to do more lives because you know what? I freaking love doing these. And they're a little bit scary because I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. But I do believe that I'm divinely guided. And so everything that I've said here was a divine download. It just came right out. So I hope that I didn't talk too fast. I definitely know that I talked a lot, but I feel that all of it is significant and all of it needed to be said. So I love you all and Happy New Year. Mwah.